The sociological foundations of education intends to foster an understanding of how society and culture, social structure, history, and economics influence schooling. It will explore the formal processes of education and how education in return strengthens the societal culture and its social structure. The sociological foundations of education inform student teachers about the three different sociological perspectives: functionalist, conflict, and interactionist. This will assist them in identifying the kind of education that prevails in our society. Structural functionalism: society is an organic being of interrelated parts that work together in harmony. Conflict: society is the competition of a few groups of people for scarce resources. Symbolic interactionism: society is essentially a set of daily interactions that are guided by symbols. Socialization can be considered as a molding and as a creating process in which the culture of the group is transmitted to the infant, inner feelings and behavior of the growing. Social interaction is the process by which people act and react in relation to others. Whenever people converse or yell or fight, that's social interaction, and any place you find social interaction, you're going to find social structure. Social structure is the relationships among people and groups, and the structure gives direction to and sets limits on our behavior because our relation is established. Status is a position that a person occupies in a society or social group. It's part of their identity, and it defines their relationship with other people. Ascribed status is which a person has no choice. They're either assigned at birth or assigned involuntarily later in life. Achieved status: it's earned, accomplished, or obtained with at least some effort on the person's part. Master status is the status others are most likely to use to identify you. Roles: if status is a social position, then roles are the sets of behaviors, obligations, and privileges that go with that status. A person holds a status, but they perform a role. Since a person can have multiple statuses, they can have multiple roles too. All statuses have roles set. People disengage from a certain role in a process called role exit. This can be voluntary, like quitting your job, or involuntary, like getting done. Interactionist perspective is the study of individuals shape society and are shaped by society through meaning that arises in interactions. Interactionist perspective analyzes smaller-scale society-wide patterns of behavior, such as workers interacting on the job, encounters in public places, and behavior in smaller group. Interactionist or symbolic interactionism is a sociological framework in which human beings are viewed as living in a world of meaningful objects. Those objects may include material things, actions, other people, relationships, and even symbols. Symbols have a shared social meaning that is understood within a society. For example, in the America, salute means respect. These types of symbolic interactions are classified as form of nonverbal communication. The development of the interactionist perspective. George Herbert Mead, widely regarded as the founder of the interactionist perspective. Erving Goffman, he popularized a particular method which known as dramaturgical approach, in which people are seen as theatrical performers. The sociologist Erving Goffman, in his dramaturgical account of human interaction, he argued that we display a series of masks to others, enacting roles, controlling and staging how we appear to set ourselves in the best light. We adopt what we are depending on who we are interacting with. This is more apparent on awkward situations, when we suddenly find ourselves trying to play two inconsistent roles. As for example, when we accidentally encounter friends from different social groups and have to juggle masks. In Goffman's view, there is no true self. There is no identifiable performer behind the roles just are the performer. Symbolic interactionist studies social interaction in the classroom, on the playground, and in other school venues. These studies help us understand what happens in the schools themselves, but they also help us understand that what occurs in school is relevant for the larger society. Teachers' view about students. When teachers think students are smart, they tend to spend more time with these students, to call on them, and to praise them when they give the right answer. Not surprisingly, these students learn more because of their teachers' behavior, but when teachers think students are less bright, they tend to spend less time with these students and to act in a way that leads them to learn less. Research guided by the symbolic interactionist perspective suggests that teachers' expectations may influence how much their students learn. When teachers expect little of their students tend to learn less. The 3 theories of symbolic interactionism. 1. People behave guided by meanings and interpretation of symbols. 2. Meanings and interpretations of symbols arise from interaction with others. 3. Meaning and interpretations guided interpersonal behavior rather than conformity. Explanation of the theory. The perspective is based around the theory that everyone relies on each other in social interaction to survive. It is based on the micro-scale connection between individuals and their interactions.